Now, when I ate at the Wagon Wheel last week, I took this little clip of the Can-Am vehicles being delivered or taken somewhere, and I was going to comment on that, and I forgot, so I'm going to comment on it now. I talked about Jolene yesterday, but now I got to thinking this morning. Yesterday, when I was running a few errands, I saw in Arizona you could plate a side-by-side UTV, utility, whatever it is, off-road, like a Razor or something like that. Polaris makes the Razor. Also, Can-Am makes a similar type of vehicle. If you watch Matt's off-road recovery, you see them go pull these things out of the desert all the time. Now, Charlie mentioned, you may want to think about one of these. And I got to thinking this morning, I thought, if I sell Jolene, I could take that money and I could buy one of these that I'll probably get a little bit more use out of. And I'm going to think about this. So there is a power sports dealer, which is what these modern dealerships call themselves, that sell this type of off-road or off-road four-wheeled vehicle. That some you can plate and some you can't. Now, you may be asking yourself, okay, well, if you plate it in Arizona, where else can you drive it? And bluntly, you could drive it anywhere in the United States. I mean, obviously, you can't go, it's not going to go 70 on the freeway, but the full faith and credit clause of the Constitution is how you could drive and operate your vehicle out of state. Like here, I'm in Arizona with a California DL and a California plated truck, but I could legally drive because of the Full Faith and Credit Act. You are a part of the Constitution. This is how your marriage is valid in different states because of the Full Faith Act. So if I buy one of these, first off, I could keep it right at the site if I win 137 and I buy it, like you saw yesterday. I could put it right in the front, and bluntly, I could buy a cover, or if I'm leaving, I'll just park it in the driveway and I'll lock it up and such. So I'm going to think about selling Jolene and then using the money to buy one of these UTVs that I'm going to have street legal. Now, there is a power sports dealer for both Can-Am and Polaris. Polaris are the people who make the Razors, R-A-Z-R. So I'm going to probably go talk to them either tomorrow or Monday and just kind of, I'll get somebody's card, I'll explain it to them, if they hardball me, then there's, other places. So I think there's even a Kawasaki dealer in town that sells this type of stuff too. So I'm going to really consider this because I think I'm going to get more use out of it than I ever am with a Jolene. And if I take the proceeds from Jolene and buy one of these things, in a sense, I'm still using the money that my wife helped me with. I'm just having something else for it. And I could trace the lineage from the Cadillac to the Suburban. When you roll your money over into other vehicles, of course you add some in. It's like you have a lineage of what you've owned and they're tied to each other. So I'm going to really contemplate this. I don't need to make a decision. I'm not going to be down here living until at least the 1st of December. So I'm going to contemplate this, and I'm going to film some of these when I show up on the lot. But I wanted to make this now. I am going to contemplate it. Charlie thought about this and suggested it. I could really get more use out of this, I think, than Jolene. But, and bluntly, I'll name it Jolene too. So I'm looking for something and I don't think I see it, but our next stop finds us at the historic Route 66 California Gateway site, managed by the Bureau of Land Management, the BLM. You know where I had the last hand shot? I saw on Google Maps that there was an accessible road that continues on the other side of the freeway, on the north side of the freeway, and that's what I'm looking for, but I don't think I see it. I don't think I could find it. And I'm certainly not going to have an adventure where I have to call Matt's Off-Road Recovery. So we're going to walk up to the map here. Now it's somewhere between one and the You Are Here spot. I am going to say that the one is, they call it the Trails Arch Bridge. And that's the original bridge that I talked about, the arch bridge that you saw a bunch of pictures of. Now as we get towards the map, you can see how I went up 95 to Camp Ibis the other day, and then the Goffs, and then down the Fenner, and the road that's now closed off. So this is where we are. We're going to start heading back here. I doubled back here to the ramp to get this great big California sign, and the Golden Bear, the California Golden Bear. I think they're extinct now, but here you go. The 66 motel sign is absolutely iconic, and here we are. I'm going to pan over to Carty's camp, which I've got some pictures of that I'll pip in right here, so you'll see those. And then I'm going to scroll a little bit. I'm going to pan a little bit more over, and I don't know if the 66 motel is actually still in business or not, but the door looks like it's flapping open, and well, here you go. So this is it. This is the Needles, and we'll see what's next. This is the side view of the Harvey House here in Needles, San Bernardino County, California. It's kind of hard to get to the front because of the rail tracks, and there's a train right here you could hear. It seems to me that somebody that I follow has recently been here. I think it might be Adventures with Kendall. Kendall, and he's a travel host. I've watched some of his stuff, and if it is him, I'll link to it. Somebody I know I've watched has actually been in the museum and in the Harvey House. But that, we're here for that reason. But there's going to be another reason. As I pan here, my God, you're going to see the golf course that I played here. I shot one of my best rounds. I shot 86 here at a par 70, so I was pretty happy about that. Now, I sped the film up here because we're driving under the very, very famous Needles Underpass. And when I get to the, you gotta be careful. I didn't want to damage myself, but I'm gonna pull off up here and run some handheld, and we're gonna talk about this now. Well, you saw me just drive under the really low subway, the underpass here of the BNSF tracks, and there's a specific reason we're here. And I'm going to talk about this here in a second. And I'm not going to quite out this, but they're on Facebook and YouTube, so I don't quite know if anyway, hold on. The people whose house I'm standing in front of run a Facebook page called Needles Underpass that if I remember, I'll link to. And they also have a YouTube channel, but it's not quite as busy as their Facebook. And they post clips of people who shouldn't be down here. It's more than acceptably marked, and they're too tall. They're too tall for the underpass, and they break shit. They break their trailers, they break their boats, they break whatever they can that's over 8 feet tall, because they're just, I don't know, the signs are marked, you can tell. So sometimes you see people catch it and they try to make a U-turn, or they turn left down this dirt road right here where the oversized vehicle detour sign is. So I'm not, I watch Needles Underpass, and Needles Underpass, if you see this, God love you, I'm a big fan, and I'll probably make a separate clip here of just the Needles Underpass so I can post it on their page. So for those of you watching the Needles Underpass clip, this is Joe, Life with Yosef, and enjoy your day. Peace be with you, and we'll see you for the next one. If you're watching my main channel and you're watching Fall of 24 Extravaganza number 7, we'll see what's next. I've talked about this golf course a couple of times in relation to the National Old Trails Bridge, the Needles Bridge. Here's the golf course. I thought I'd come down and run a little film. This is a park style course, so, and it's flat and fairly wide open, even though I've hit a ton of balls off into the desert because I suck at golf. This is right down the street from the Needles Underpass. So here you go. As I'm heading back to camp, I'm going to arrow here to the left where Sierra's office is, my realtor. And then on the right, the purple and white building used to be a strip club. And I took the ingrate down here once about almost 30 years ago, and he wanted me to bring him in here. It's like, dude, you're 16, they're not going to let you in. This morning on the way to Needles, I stopped here at Discount Tire in Bullhead City, and for $127, they sold me a 6-lug 15-inch trailer wheel. They mounted and balanced the tire that I had. They checked it for leaks. Everything is fine, and I'm picking it up now. So I definitely have learned the $404 lesson that I need to have a serviceable, aired-up spare at all times in the trailer. I should have known this. I know it now. I've learned my lesson, so we'll see what's next. As I'm making the close here, I'm sitting outside. It's a beautiful evening. God, I love it down here. Well, I'm going to be living down here, it looks like, as our offer was accepted. It's with the golf cart. Now, the patio furniture that I mentioned is not part of the deal, but bluntly, I'd rather have my own anyway, because I need fat boy patio furniture, and I'll just buy what I want. So the golf cart comes with it. It's a fair offer, assuming it meets the numerous inspections I'm going to pay for. I've got a 15-day due diligence. Then I need to come up with the money. It's not a problem. I've got the demo set up. I'm just having a hard time selling over the money because it's a new recipient, and there's a lot of concern about fraud and stuff. So I'll get that dealt with. I'll get it demoed, and I should be down here by about the first week of December. So I'm pretty happy about that. So this is your host, Joe, Life with Yosef. Fall 24 Extravaganza number 7. Big day again today. Lots of content and really, really good news. This is Joe, your host, Life with Yosef. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your unending support. Enjoy your day. Peace be with you. And Dude and I will see you for the next one.